Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Viroqua. This is going to be a match between the Blackhawks, a couple of Blackhawk teams actually. We see a couple of the guys' hands being raised here. It is going to be Braden Prochaska picking up a forfeit win for the River Valley Blackhawks as we get this 132-pound match started between Preston Viroqua and it is going to be I think it's Cole White. I think that's how they're spelling the first name. Right now, White is going to come in and pick up a takedown, looking at a near side cradle now on Broker. We also want to mention that it was Evan Solberg picking up a forfeit win here as well for the Viroqua Blackhawks. Right now, White in real tight here, and there's going to be the fall. Wow, a 48-second pin here for Cole White of River Valley as he comes in and snags that opening takedown, went right into the near side cradle and picking up the win here for River Valley. Off from the forfeit wins and this pin by White, River Valley takes the early 12-6 lead. Now we move to 138 pounds. It's going to be Ethan Dobbs taking on Jimmy Jennings. This should be quite the match, we would like to think anyways. A couple of young stars here for both teams. Right now, a single leg by Jennings brings Dobbs down to the mat. He'll slip down over and he will pick up the takedown. Jennings with the early 2-0 lead here on Ethan Dobbs. Dobbs trying to work his way back up to his feet. Jennings staying with that single leg. Now drops down to the far ankle and looks to try and keep that pressure on Dobbs. Now he'll go back up to the more conventional ride here and see if he can't break down and look for a pinning combination on Dobbs. Meanwhile, Dobbs, trying to get that arm back, is flattened out down to the mat. Jennings working on that right side, trying to dig out a bar arm. Got a good tight waist going here. Trying to reach underneath with that left arm. He locks up on the wrist. Not giving Dobbs much of an opportunity right now to get anything going offensively in the down position. Trying to sit out, Dobbs looks to turn in, and now watch out here, a potential chin drop situation going on for Jennings. Dobbs could feel that coming, and he's able to base back out, belly down, so to speak. And then look at this, a tough armbar by Jennings. Somehow, Dobbs not getting turned as he continues to fight that off. That's going to be the end of period number 1. and a 2-0 score here in favor of Jennings of River Valley. Dobbs will defer his choice in this second period. Jennings wastes no time. He'll take the down position. Well, wasting no time either, trying to come up, and nice job right here by Dobbs, as Ethan Dobbs at 138 pounds was able to lift and bring Jennings back to the mat. Jennings not going all the way down to his stomach, trying to maintain some position here by staying on his knees. Now back up on his feet again. Dobbs trying to keep pressure on him, looking to get that hand control and spike. Now we're going to get a warning stalling here on Dobbs, not getting him down to the mat quick enough. You're going to get literally about a 5-second count in order to get your guy back down to the mat if they stand up, or if you're behind them in some way and they're on their feet. Wayne Keenan, the official tonight here for this Blackhawk versus Blackhawk matchup. Jennings, once again, back up on his feet. Looking to control, get that hand control. Dropping back down to that single leg is Dobbs, and out of bounds they go. Back to the center, no change here in the second period. Again, Jennings with a 2-0 lead. Dobbs coming in on that right side with the left arm for the tight waist. Looking for the head lever. Trying to break down Jennings. Jennings not going to his stomach though, and he's able to TP back up. Now back up on his feet, and the count begins again here for Dobbs. He needs to get him down to the mat, not able to do so. There's a penalty point. Out of bounds they go. So the penalty point for stalling on Dobbs, as he wasn't able to bring Jennings back down to the mat. Now they'll fix up that face mask a little bit here. Always going to be an interesting situation for this year when it comes to high school wrestling. Going to be doing things just like all your winter sports with the mask on. Reset once again. Here we go. Dobbs will again go back to that head lever, trying to get Jennings down to the mat. He now has him down, but not able to do anything with it. Jennings throws those hips back into Dobbs and then scoots his knees back up in position here, and now he is going to be warned for stalling. Not looking at anything offensively, apparently, in that particular period. So the third period is going to roll around here. Dobbs has his choice, and he really has no choice but to go down or maybe neutral, not showing that he's able to turn Jennings. So Ethan goes to the down position. Referee, he'll try to pick up an escape and then maybe a takedown or a reversal and some back points as he trails by that 3-0 score, as I mentioned. Now Dobbs able to get up to his feet, picking up the one, and he'll look to try and tie things up with a takedown. Jennings now takes a little sweep single shot, getting that left leg here of Dobbs and puts him on his backside. Got him on his haunches a little bit there. Dobbs hanging on. He'll get that stalemate. That was going to be his best chance right there, was to do exactly what he did, was to come up over the top and try and lock on and not allow Jennings to advance his position. So the fresh start, back on their feet. Jennings again goes for that single leg. Got that left leg again. Dobbs trying to come up over the top here. Got that far ankle And he'll look to try and hang on and see if he can pick up that stalemate call once again. Jennings, though, in pretty good position here, and they'll let things go as long as they can. Got to watch out for that leg, though. Now there's going to be the takedown. Kind of slipping out, got his head out on the rib cage area, and Jennings able to pick up the takedown. He now has a 5-1 lead, now 5-2 with the escape by Dobbs, and again, quickly moving in on that sweep single is Jennings. There's another takedown. Jennings right now showing that he can do the sweep single pretty good as he's able to get the 2. That's the 3rd takedown in the match. Out of bounds they go. A fresh start here for Ethan Dobbs, trailing here to Jennings of Viroqua. They'll get things set, and here's the whistle. And that'll take care of the match as Jennings will pick up the win, and a regular decision here for the River Valley Blackhawks. Your final score 7-2 and a 15-6 lead for River Valley. Well, here we go at 145 pounds. We're going to see Austin Winkers for the Viroqua Blackhawks, going to be taking on Landon Radke. Radke, one of a very familiar name when it comes to River Valley wrestling. He's going to look at that sweep single again. Well, we can see what River Valley has been working on during the time as back-to-back wrestlers using that sweep single very effectively. Radke will pick up the opening points in this match with the takedown. And he'll ride in from that right-hand side. Has that right leg trapped with his left leg, and now Winkers will scoot out of bounds. Sliding out of bounds, they'll get a fresh start here. Winkers, I tell you what, that young man has really grown. You know, just wasn't that long ago. He was down in that, like 112, 119 weight, and yeah, he's really picked up. I'm sure Radke has done the same over the course of his, high school career. Take a look here now. It's Radke with control as he has Winkers down on the mat, trying to dig out an arm bar. You see with that left arm, now he looks to come up, now comes right back down to the wrist, and Winkers doing a nice job of turning the wrist out. Now trying to come up with the escape here, potential reversal. He's locked on to that right leg of Radke. Winkers doing what he can. Now Radke able to get back in position and throws legs in on that right side, and he'll hip in and break Austin Winkers back down to the mat. Trying to look for, looks like he's looking for a power half. That's what he's doing. It's a tough ride because it's a far side power half and you got the legs in on the right side. You're not going to get any kind of a turn, but it looks like you're working hard, and that's exactly what Radke is doing. He's working pretty hard to keep Winkers down on the mat. Time runs out. It's going to be Radke's choice for period number 2, and he'll defer. Winkers taking a look, and coaching staff says, let's get back up on our feet. And that's where we're going to go. Period number 2 with the whistle starting here from the official. There's a nice ankle pick for 2. Radke dropped down and was able to pick that up. Now a release by Radke. He does that sweep on the right leg once again and kept the toes in very well, did Landon Radke, and he picks up another takedown. Well, he's sensing that he can do what he wants to do. He says to official and Wayne Keenan, let's give him the escape and go back up on our feet. And that's where they're at. Another single leg attempt here. Winkers trying to go up over the top, not able to do so. In pretty tight is Radke, and he's able to collapse that far hip and pick up another takedown. Now working in on top, trying to dig out that bar arm situation. He has the arm now, and with that arm, Winkers on his knees. Radke trying to come up with a bar arm, or in this case now he's going to an arm bar and looking to jump over with a half Nelson. Winkers trying his best to make sure he doesn't get turned here. Radke working hard from that right side with that arm bar. He has the left wrist and trying to post Winkers on that far shoulder. Winkers doing a pretty good job of fighting this off so far. Let's see if he can maintain that. Trying to jump over is Radke. Oh, a lot of pressure right there now on that upper body of Winkers, and now some back points being counted off. There's a couple counts, and then the buzzer is going to sound. Too near fall here for Radke. Winkers really did a nice job fighting that off for the longest time, but with about 8-9 seconds left, you can see Winkers kind of rubbing that shoulder. That's just a ton of pressure. Radke has his choice, and he decides to go neutral, looking to try and pick up another takedown and maybe some back points. He's going to drop into a front headlock series, and now he scoots over here on the near side. Wanted to look at, it looked like a potential near side cradle series, but he'll opt to take the takedown itself. Out in front of Austin Winkers. Radke really doing a nice job here. And let's see what he's got here for a score. He's picked up a number of points. He's got up to 12 here. I think it's something like 12-4, maybe 12-3. Trying to keep those toes in, and they'll slide out of bounds. Right now, it's a major decision here for Landon Radke. It's 15-6 River Valley, team score over Viroqua. A lot of people, a lot of coaches, you want to win. They're not as concerned this year about team scores, as a limited number of matches going on here in the month of December. Plans being made that wrestling teams, there's a warning on Winkers that will be able to look at going to maybe some quads in January. That'll be nice. Winker still trying to get out from underneath. He reaches over the leg, trying to put some pressure, hip pressure back into Radke. Radke's not going to let much happen as he's got that near ankle. Watch out for that leg here. It is potentially dangerous, or the buzzer's going to sound. Buzzer will sound here, and that will be the end of the match. Well, Landon Radke picking up the win here over Austin Winker, and it's a 12. It was actually, I think, 12-3, 9-point advantage there for Radke. Stepping out onto the mat now is going to be Cale Anderson for the Viroqua Blackhawks, and he is going to be facing Keegan Chose for River Valley. this at 152 pounds. Anderson will do his own sweep single and now switches off into a double and lifts Chose up off the mat and now brings him down, looking to try and come up with the takedown, and he's able to do that. He'll get the 2, and then they'll stop the match here so that Anderson can get that headgear back on. Quite the transformation, you might say, for K.O. Anderson, who wrestled in those lighter weight classes the course of his 3 years, first 3 years, now a senior. And I tell you what, at 152 pounds, he's looking pretty good here with not a whole lot of extra weight on him. He was dedicated to the weight room, especially during last year at the conclusion of that wrestling season. Here's a near side cradle, very solid, and it's going to be a pin here for K.O. Anderson. He's locked in that cradle on Chose and comes away with a 57-second pin to pick up the win for Viroqua. And that'll cut into the lead here now. 19-12, your score. Well, here we go at 160 pounds. We're going to see Bobby Skaden-Stelner step out onto the mat, and he's going to be taking on Ethan Alt. Of course, that Alt name, as we've said other names along the way, a familiar wrestling name for the River Valley Blackhawks. Both wrestlers stalking each other here now and kind of working their way, circling around in the middle of our black dot, and locked up head to head here, trying to drop down is Alt. Skaden-Stelner is able to look at a front headlock kind of situation. Now just actually looking to push those legs back and try to keep Alt away from that right leg. Now stretching him out, and Bobby able to spin around. He'll pick up the takedown, and now he'll go with the release. Skaden-Stelner out in front at a score of 2-1. Now looking to come in. Looked like he wanted a double, had to switch to that single leg. Going after that left leg of Alt. Alt coming out on top here, reaching for that far ankle. Now wants to go into a, well, he looked like at first he wanted to do a cradle, but now he's going to do kind of a little bit of a lift here on the legs. But boy, I tell you, keeping a hold of that left leg, Bobby Skaden-Stelner not letting go. But now pressure just a little too much. Alt able to change things up, and he will pick up the takedown, and he'll lead by a score of 3-2 here in period number 1. Alt goes in right away looking for pinning combination. He's got that wrist, trying to bring Bobby down to the mat. That'll be the end of period number 1. 3-2 score here with Alt out in front. It'll be River Valley's choice. They'll defer to the third period. Skadden Stelner will take the down position here. Now looking to come out from the side, and he'll break away, pick up the 1-point escape. Got those hips away from Alt and made the job look, well, I don't want to say easy, but it wasn't that hard to get away once he got those hips free from underneath. Now both wrestlers locking up once again in that upper body situation. Dropping straight down is Stelner. Alt coming over on the top, trying to put pressure on and pick up that takedown. And that's what he'll do. Well, he was able to kind of crunch Stelner down to the mat, and then with good leverage, he was able to pick up the takedown. Coming back over here, looking for the half Nelson series from that right side. Now jumps over on the left with those hips. Stelner rotates back up to his knees, now looking to try and stand up. Getting a little high is Alt. Stelner trying to kind of back into him a little bit here. He'd like to lift, but a far side power half kind of slows that down as Alt applies some pressure here to Bobby. Again, that far cross, check that far power half here, but still getting high is Alt, and that might spell some trouble here if Stelner can get that arm free. If he gets that right arm free, look out. He's very close to it. Alt hanging on here. But now, the buzzer's going to sound, and it's going to go 2 for a near fall. I think there might have been an escape in there as well. Well, it couldn't have been an escape. It might have been a reversal. It was a reversal for Stelner and the 2 near falls. So Bobby Skadden Stelner has the lead here at 7 to 3. I'll check that. I'll get that right. 7-5 is the score. And River Valley Alt will choose the down position to begin period number 3. It's a really nice dual meet going on here between the two Blackhawk squads. As score right now, 19-12, River Valley out in front. Here's a nice power half kind of situation. Stelner trying to sink that half in deep on Alt. He's going to pick up some back points here. He'll get 3 for the near fall. So increasing that lead now. Stelner picks up the 3 near fall. Now he moves right into a headlock situation. This looking awfully tight here for the Blackhawk of Viroqua. Bobby Skadden Stelner trying to come up with a big pin here for Viroqua, and he did it. He'll get the pin. That pin time coming in that 5-minute range here, and that will close the gap now as the pin puts the lead only up 1 for River Valley. Well, after that victory at 160 pounds, Maddie Zuby will come out, and she'll have her hand raised, picking up a forfeit win at 170. That will put the team score 24-19 now in favor of Viroqua. And we'll move to 182 pounds, where we will see Aaron Dobbs come out onto the mat. and he will be taking on Evan Alt. This should be a pretty good matchup here between a couple of wrestlers. Of course, boy, I tell you what, that Alt name has been very common for River Valley Wrestling. So, a couple little moves here being made by head coach Eric Anderson to get wrestlers some opportunities to be out here on the mat. Dobbs wrestling up a weight class at 182, taking on Evan Alt. Aaron, now the senior, here for the Blackhawks. I tell you what, he is one dangerous wrestler here when it comes to throws in that. He is an excellent Greco wrestler. Right now, Alt trying to slow things down by going into a front headlock. Nearly sitting through that was Dobbs. Alt able to kind of keep Dobbs back away from him a little bit, not allowing that little duck under situation. Now trying to free himself up. Dobbs backing up just a little bit here and now able to break free from that front headlock. Dobbs trying to come in with a shot. Now he's going to catch a head throw on Alt. Kind of a little start-stop kind of motion there by Aaron Dobbs, and he throws in that headlock. This is always a tough situation here, and that's going to take care of things with the pin. Dobbs coming up with the pin here, and it's going to be a minute 23, the pin time, and that will put Viroqua out in front now by a score of 30-19. Well, now we're going to bump up to 195 pounds. AJ Dipitrio is going to step out onto the mat, and he's going to be taking on Luke, and I believe it's Pap here for River Valley. Right now at 195, and again, AJ, very long wrestler, as is Pap. Now Pap comes in and able to pick up the takedown off from a nice double. He got in there very well and was able to collapse those legs of Dipitrio and come away with the takedown. So 2-0 here on the opening series. Now trying to bring Dipitrio back to the mat, and he's going to pick up the reversal. Pap tried to bring Dipitrio down, kind of pulled him on top of himself, and Dipitrio was able to do a little hip heist and was able to pick up the 2. That'll tie this match up here at 2 apiece. And now looking to try and come up with a crossface series, trying to get that cradle. He's got it locked up, but not able to get anything. Oh, rolling completely through it. That was a real nice job defensively there by Pap. Now good hustle and awareness with Dipitrio, and he's able to maintain position and control here in this first period. Going right back to that crossface series is Dipitrio. Pap able to get back to his knees, trying to fight off that crossface. Dipitrio locks it up again. He's over on the side, and the buzzer sounds. He only got a 1 count. That was close. Choice is going to go to the Blackhawks of Viroqua, and Dipitrio says, I'll take top. He's able to get that crossface series and feeling pretty confident with that. Well, Pap able to sit out, and now he's going to come back through, and he has Dipitrio in trouble. Picking up the reversal, and let's see if he got any back points. I don't know that he did, as Dipitrio got back to his base. Well, he did get the 2. That was It doesn't take long, that's for sure. And the two near fall puts Pap out in front here by a score of 6-2. Dipitrio now trying to work out from underneath here and getting another turn, powering his way through was Pap. He has Dipitrio on his back and in trouble. And there's the fall. Well, a tough break there for the Viroqua wrestler as Dipitrio was looking fairly solid in that first period, but Pap comes up with the reversal, back points, and then another turn, and he'll pick up the pin. And the pin time, let's see here, I think was 2:51. 2:51 pin time. Well, the wrestling side of things are going to be ended as we're going to see two forfeit wins. This is Jake Bendo at 220 pounds, and coming up there at 285 pounds, Brett Bendo. It's a double forfeit at 106, so no points scored there, and that will be your final score, 37-30 here with the two Blackhawk teams. Well, we hope that you enjoyed watching this Western Wisconsin Video Production LLC. More wrestling throughout the season.